Gym Dead Fitness. Today we have the Dexter Halloween edition, and this is by no surprise here. This is another Koka Labs product. I've I've had a slew of these now. This will be our. We've had Doomsday Destruction. We've hit Dexter Explosion. We're going to do some Dexter Halloween. Then we'll move to OxyStim, and then move to finally to wrap it all up. I have two samples of this standard Dexter that gets you all the Koka Labs editions, and hopefully I can get some more products from these guys in the future. It just takes some effort to order those and for to get them in and stuff, and it was madness trying to get this in. But if you guys have ever seen this label, it is nuts. 2 scoops, 12.8 grams, but then it parenthesizes heaping scoops. But then on the side, it says newbies 1 scoop, intermediate 2 scoops, stim junkie 3 to 4 scoops. So my confusion is like, this instructions on the side, is this referring to heaping or flat levels? And this one over here, is this referring to just 2 scoops as in 2 heapings? And that parenthesizes that. So this whole thing right here just confuses me. And I've took this thing twice now. Let me grab my scale. There's a scale here, and 16.17 was the most recent time I took it. The first time I took it at 3 scoops, but I had pulled it out of the freezer. This thing practically was my freezer, and it was getting a little clumpy. And if you guys have ever weighed pre's, sometimes it distorts the way the measurements come in. So if you do have clumpy pre's, always suggest weighing them if you're not already weighing them anyway, just to be more accurate with the scale here. And I had already got upstairs with my pre for the day, and I didn't want to go back downstairs because my kids, we have a nanny that stays with us and watches the kids during the day. And I didn't want to get ambushed by them, so I ended up just taking 3 scoops and rolling the dice, and it was very underwhelming. It was a solid B, but I was like, man, this isn't the Halloween experience I was expecting. It was smooth, nothing wrong with it, no drama, just slight euphoria, slight sense of urgency, but nothing crazy. And so the next time I weighed it, and let me get what the weight came in at. I got a picture. It was 16.17 the next time I weighed it, and it was an awesome experience. Just loved it. That was this past Saturday. I trained with my friend from California. I'm always a little skeptical running pre's when I train with people. I normally train by myself. It's sometimes the pre's can I feel like the anxiousness can increase when you're training with someone, because you're waiting on them to lift and stuff, and you can't just be in your own headspace. But how it came in so smooth, even though I was looking with a partner, was very, very promising. So I'm thinking I can push the pedal to the metal here a little bit and go up to 18 grams today as well. As going to try like something between like the 17 and 18. Let me drink some of this water down. I'm just going to throw on the cap first for back measurement purposes. So 1 flat level gets us at 5.18. 2 gets us at 10.05. 3 gets us at 15.861. So I think I did like 3 like slightly rounded ones last time. And like I said, I'm going to go for 18 this time for the final run. Okay, so it's about 18, ends up being about 3 heaping scoops. What that one comes in at. And I've already tasted this one a few times, so you're not going to see like too much surprise face. But want to mention, if you kids took your Flintstone vitamins when you were younger, I remember my mom always told me to take my Flintstone vitamins so I can be big like Sammy Sosa. He was definitely taking his Flintstones, man. I'm convinced that's all he was on. He's a hardworking individual, so everyone needs to back off Sosa. And it tastes like ground up Flintstone vitamins. It literally takes like you took that Flintstone vitamin thing, threw like 10 ounces of water, and blended it up in the Ninja. And you know what? I fucking love vitamins. Do I want to drink them? Not really, but it's not terrible at all. It's not bad. So 18 grams. I'll report back to you. And that is about somewhere in between. It's that stim junkie realm of the 3 to 4 scoops, probably in the lower end of that. So it seems to be about 3 heapings. So I now am official stim junkie now that I've classified as 1 on the Koka Labs label. So let's get to the label breakdown. All right, time to hop into the label breakdown of the spooky pre-workout. And by the way, I freaking love the Dexter Halloween. Everyone loves a good Halloween edition, but applause to Koka Labs for keeping this thing running. I have no idea if this is going to be available much longer, and or even if it's going to be out when this review's out. But I feel like this is one of those ones that just keeps hanging around. I didn't jump on it earlier when the review bros hit it. Gosh, that had been like, what was that, 1 or 2 years ago? And it still seems to be lingering. So I was like, I better hop on this now. And we got a 25 servings. That's at the 2 scoops. So go ahead and have yourself a good time and get what I would start with. I'd probably start with, if you're a stim junkie, maybe start with like the 14 to 15 grams. So that ends up being like 2.5 scoops or something, like 2.5 heapings. But citrulline malate 4.5, so kind of low dosage there, but not terrible though. We're getting spoiled in this industry. Beta alanine 3.5, ooh, slightly over the clinical dose for anyone a little spooked out by the tingles. And then we have tyrosine, 1.8 grams. Agmatine sulfate, a little bit more pumps for 475 milligrams. Alpha GPC for focus, 400 milligrams. Caffeine anhydrous, 350. Love to see that, right? The sweet spot. 2-amino, DMHA, 100 milligrams. Kind of on the lower end of 2-amino, but we've seen it at that low. Like, for instance, like M2, I haven't ran it yet, but I've ran the original, and I want to say it was kind of low too, but it felt as damn good as some of these 300 milligram ones, like we saw with Helios Limited claiming 300, and it felt like 80 or something like that. And then DM, oh, well, yeah, fuck it. I don't know anyone there. So DMAA at 100 milligrams for the wrap it all up. Synephrine HCl, 50 milligrams. Black pepper extract, 5 milligrams. And then yohembane HCl, 3 milligrams. So look in this label. The big highlights are the AA, sorry, Koka Labs, and Cross the Limits. I know you guys have always been nice to me. I should have just kept it PC and just said the AA or the fun stuff. We'll blur that out. So if you're watching this now, just know that I did blur that out. And then we don't see any alpha yo. That's another key pointer we see here. So the yohembane HCl still has some sense of urgency. So this label reads like just a very smooth, good time. And from what I've seen, it's extremely hard hitting from the other reviews I've seen out there, and to the point where it's almost over the top. But the label doesn't read like that. So let's and then also 350 caffeine. That's perfect level. Mediocre pumps. So we're probably going to stack a pump product if you have one. But if not, with the citrulline malate at 4.5 is not awful, and the agmatine added in there, it's not terrible either. I'm going to add some pumps to this thing for damn sure. And but it reads like a smooth sailing, fun loving pre. But let's see if this one really is like quite the slapper and spooky Halloween edition vibes like we've heard about. Let's hop into the effects now. Time for the experience and score breakdown for the Dexter Halloween. As you can see, we got game 1 tonight, Pacers Knicks. So I had to rock the throwback vintage Hickory Pacers jersey to the gym today for the drills and shoulders, and just looked alpha as fuck. Put all the Knicks fans in a headlock around here. And Dexter Halloween, this pre, let's get into the experience. So I've ran this thing 3 times, like I mentioned the weigh-in. One time, 3 scoops. The pre, I had my scale with me. It had a lot of moisture sucked in. It was kind of underwhelming experience. Overall, probably like a flat B minus, or flat B, B minus. The next time I gramed it out, ended up being around 16-ish. And then this most recent time, I ran it at 18. And every single time, I was completely fine. And no issues whatsoever. The last 2 times were flat A's, like just amazing experience. And overall, like how this one compares to the other Dexter products is what everyone's wondering. The other Koka Labs products that I've utilized so far, where this one kind of fits in. The key of the pre right here is definitely the bubble like feel. There definitely is some AA going on in here. It feels, I don't know, I had never took the one from a couple of years ago, so I'm not sure if it's as strong anymore. I assume not, because I mean, gosh, I was taking this thing 3.5 scoops, and I remember, I think the review bros, I think it said it was like one of those ones that kind of blows your head off, and I didn't get like any of that. The cracked purple seemed to hit harder in my books, but overall, like the tunnel vision, focus was there, the bubble like feel was there, but it had a decent little euphoria kick. Nothing like, it wasn't as much as like Dexter Explosion, and more in the lines of like Doomsday, maybe a little bit less euphoria, but a little bit less kick in the ass than Doomsday as far as the slap, because it's just got the yohembane HCl, so it makes sense with that. But it kind of like, it fits in really nice and snug between the two. You got Dexter Doomsday Explosion our Doomsday Destruction that kind of is like your slap in the face with a good euphoria. Then you got your like pure happiness with a touch of slap with Dexter Explosion, and then you got your bubble-like focus, that AA bubble with some happiness mixed in with the 100 milligrams of the HA, the 2-amino in this one. Pumps were decent on it. I didn't have anything to stack it with today. I have a lot of pump formulas, so the pumps were pretty damn solid for what it brings. So you just like, you know, you're so locked in and focused and zoned in, you're gonna work yourself into a pump. And overall, kind of how I score this one. Euphoria, I'll give this thing like a 9 out of 10. Pretty damn good. Like, I was happy as heck, especially at the beginning of the workout. Like early on, very, very euphoric and happy, and then it kind of switches to more of a bubble-like feel. So it kind of gets, which is what I enjoy. Like I like that. Like, to get going, I need a little assistance, but once I get rolling, I'm just locked in and smooth. So this was really ideal for that situation. And overall grammage, I think my sweet spot would be like the 17 to 18 grams. When I took it at 16, I definitely felt like I pushed the pedal a little bit more. And this last one, I think it was around 18. Maybe it was like high 17s. I can't remember. But I think 16 to 18 would probably be a nice little sweet spot. I don't think I'll go any more than 18 for this one. Like I said, I took a training partner one day, took it by myself 2 days, and overall, just like a hit every single time for me. I don't know if I just jive well with the Koka Labs 2 aminos, but everything I've taken from these guys has been awesome, and I wanted to hate it because it's a pain in the ass. I had some struggles getting the shipping. Obviously, like, you get like a 5% discount. The referral is pretty low too, so I have no incentive to really talk this product up or anything like that. Even not like I'm going to do that anyway, give a shit less, but just letting you know, like I just, everything Koka Labs wise has jived extremely well with me. Like, I'm a huge fan of this company and what they bring to the table. One of those ones, if you could pick one brand and be exclusively utilizing that brand, this would probably be my pick so far for this year. And back to the scoring, I gotta hold myself. Pumps like 7 out of 10, Euphoria 9 out of 10, Tunnel Vision Bubble like Focus 10 out of 10 on this one. This definitely has a perfect amount of like AA bubble where you feel like you're in control though. Some of these ones, like I had Crack Purple a few times. A couple of batches were so strong, almost felt like damn near like out of body, like tingling in the brain, and like almost like I was hovering above myself, watching myself work out, like almost too much. Like I felt like out of control. And this one was not like that whatsoever. Perfect amount of bubble-like feel for me. But at the same time, I've reviewed some other, like Machine had that kind of feel too, but Machine was like locked in, focused, a little bit of angry. This one had that bubble feel with a touch of happiness. So this, I kind of probably enjoyed this one more than Machine, to be honest. Even though it felt a little less illicit, I kind of like that good vibes feel that this one brought with it, just a touch of it. I wouldn't call this like a happy pre, but it's got just a sprinkle on it. You know, it's got a little bit of a extra sauce on top. It's just from that AA bubble that comes with it. And so this is another one of those ones that just scores like off the charts for me. The only thing it really draws back on is pumps. But like, I mean, you stack this thing with pumps if you want. Raw energy was perfect. You know, I think that about wraps it up for all the scoring and stuff. So another win for Koka Labs. This is a sweet product. I'm not sure. You can check Cross the Limit, see if you can still acquire it. But it fits in real nicely. And I'm going to hit OxyStim as well. And then I'll do Dexter, regular Dexter as well. And then I'll kind of talk about which ones I enjoyed the most and where they all kind of fit in. But right now, like I said, this one's another one that fits in real nice between Doomsday Destruction and Dexter Explosion. Halloween, huge fan of this thing. Like I said, I can't compare it to the one that when it first came out, but this current one that I acquired, this is the, it doesn't really say, I see the lot, but it's really blurry, 102123, I think. I don't see an EXP date on this thing anywhere. But overall, yeah, this one is the one I acquired about a month ago, 2 months ago. So imagine if you tried to get it now, it's probably going to be a similar batch. But I enjoyed it a lot. I've just seen some mixed reviews on it, but Dexter Explosion, definitely worth your purchase here. Gym Fitness, like, subscribe, catch me on the next one.